tell people.
All right, so we are theoretically live now.
Theoretically.
Hopefully, shit doesn't go terribly whack. First off, anybody that's here this early, we apologize if the audio is desynced. We are aware of that. That will be fixed for the second episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
There we go. This is the link to the stream.
It's working.
I'm going to just send this to this. Oh, that's me.
Oh, and now we have delay.
Here, I see Raynafty. There we go. What's up, Raynafty? How you doing?
That audio doesn't actually look that bad.
No, wait. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Let's
Wait,
see.
hold up.
Let's see.
Unmute that again.
Oh, I got it right. Okay, sick.
Hey,
I got the delay right.
Man.
Okay, I'm pinging everyone in the Discord server, letting them know, and then we're gonna go
Sick.
live.
Okay.
Awesome.
We're not live?
No, we're not. Well, no, we're going live, and then we're gonna do the
Hey,
intro.
There's 3 people watching.
That's Hey, 3 people.
5
5.
people.
Hey.
Hey, let's
Whoa.
go.
Hey, all. The first episode of. Oh my God.
This took so much.
We're gonna talk about that,
This
by the
took
way, guys,
so much
of our
setup.
new episode.
Oh, baby.
Of our new podcast. Wow, English. See, I'm so stressed of our new podcast. The Apiary
Oh, this is great.
is airing live now. Come watch.
Yay.
Sick. There we go.
Yay.
So,
So,
finally, guys, after so much stress, so much work, hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Apiary podcast, where we talk about whatever the heck we want. I'm Jesse, aka Ivicombe.
I'm Matt.
and I'm Eric.
And we're going to be your hosts. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that have gone on in the last couple of weeks, give our thoughts on them, tell some stories. Like, for example, the hell that was setting this podcast
Yeah.
up in the first place. And we're also going to be reviewing a pizza that our Twitch chat voted on yesterday during my live stream. So, yeah, and just the record, I do have the chat open. I do see all you guys.
Yeah.
We aren't going to be doing much chat interaction because, this is a podcast. It's our first time doing it. So please be gentle, YouTube commenters.
Please be gentle. We
not
don't
harass
want to
me.
get. we
But
don't
yeah,
wanna get
that being said, talk amongst yourselves. We will mostly be doing this. We might have a little section at the end where we take audience comments and whatever. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, we got a lot to talk about. Like, for example, we're going to be talking about for one thing, the Apple event was huge this week. AMD just being awful, which is the headline of this. We probably start talking about that first
Yeah.
since it's the stream
Yeah.
title.
Yes.
But oh my God, I am so fucking happy that we finally have the podcast set up. Can we let's start off with that. First
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
so just to give you guys perspective as to the amount of headaches, the amount of hoops we had to jump to get this stream working. First off, the pizza behind us, like the pizza website was not cooperating.
It sucks.
It took us how long did it take to order the pizza?
Like 30 minutes.
Like half an hour to just order the
a
pizza. And then we were this whole time we were working on a stream too. We have our studio lights set up. That was the easy part.
Yep.
The hard part, we tried to get NDI working so that we could have the camera working, because guess what? I don't have a micro HDMI connector, which we're buying for the next episode so that there's no weird lag like you're seeing.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the delay is actually fine, but if you guys notice any lag, don't worry, we are aware of that.
It's happening.
It will be fixed by the second stream.
Ivy, what the
Yeah.
fuck? You look so different. I know it's because I got a haircut and I shaved. It's really
Yeah.
weird, right? That being said, I think I look better. Do you guys think of my shirt, by the way? It's got little corgis on it. Those of you
dogs.
listening to the
Little
podcast,
dogs.
I'm very sorry. But yeah, then I'm losing my mind at this point in time. These two had to deal with it.
Yes.
And I'm just oh.
You had to drive to a Staples to go pick up a
To
cable.
go get
Yes,
a
I did.
cable?
I had to drive to a
For the
Staples
life
to
of
pick up
us.
a cable. He had to push in so the audio interface we're using, or it's a mixer. It's kind of jank. Matt had to push it in using his key to turn it
Yeah,
on.
the power
Yeah.
button is missing, so I had to use
Yeah.
my keys to push the power button.
And just surprisingly, the one thing that didn't have any issues was the MacBook.
Yeah.
The MacBook was
gosh,
running
Shout out
fine.
Apple, right?
Yeah.
Shout out. So this is one of the new ones with the M1 Pro, and honestly, so far it's been pretty awesome. We're actually using it for you guys will be able to see when we talk about the Model Y. Where is it? Model, where are you? There you go. We're gonna be
Model Y.
we're gonna be talking about this versus the Kia EV6 at some point,
Yep.
because it's something that Matt brought up, and I think it's an interesting topic. So we are gonna be talking about that a little bit later. But yeah, Jesse B is 30% louder than everyone else. Is it? Okay, that's
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's fine.
I'm also just loud. I'm
Yeah,
very loud.
We are. I mean, if I were to project as much as Jesse, then Yes, we're gonna be equally loud. Eric's quiet.
I can just kind of lean into my mic more if this works for you guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I am definitely louder. Can we
Yeah.
like
Red knob on it's first one.
this one?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. This should
How's
work.
this? Is this better, guys? Am I
This-
better this way?
This might also work
Is
if
it-
I'm like less quiet.
Paul,
There we go.
Is this better for you, chat?
I hope so.
I want to know if
I
I.
hope
You're going
so.
live streamer mode. You're looking at chat.
Yeah, I know I'm going live stream, but to
Live
be fair,
stream
it's a good thing I did
Yeah.
because I'd rather them be able to hear all of us than just me.
True.
We're all rather quiet. That is easy to fix.
Try turning up your volume.
Yep.
Wow.
Try turning up your volume.
Wow.
Thanks,
Okay.
Matt.
Okay.
That
Here,
worked.
that I can fix for you guys. Here, you know what? Since this is the YouTube version, how we might even do like a new intro. We could. I think that we could do that for.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
for YouTube we should do a separate intro.
Well,
Yeah.
no, for the so you guys have heard everything. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna redo the intro with the compressing,
Compression.
bruh.
Breath.
I noticed a significant lack of beans on the table.
A significant lack of beans.
We don't
you
have
say?
any beans.
You're right. We have
Okay,
like 5
hold on.
over there.
Yeah,
And
we
none
should.
on the table.
Okay,
You want
wait,
me-
that's loud. That's
want-
very loud. I'm so sorry.
Oh jeez.
I'm
Oh,
so
wow.
sorry. Okay,
Welcome to Peak Hell.
you're very quiet
Am I?
Yes.
Why am I so quiet?
because you don't have you skish your voice. How about you, Matt? Speak.
My voice is probably fine.
Is
I
this-
think that we're all a lot better now.
Is this working? I hope it's
Um,
working. There you go. Have that.
Hello.
Hey.
I
I don't know.
There we go.
I'm just gonna touch this with my face. Maybe this
Testing
works.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
Ah.
Okay, so I think
Okay.
that this should
I
be.
think this is working.
How does this sound to you guys, chat? I'm actually gonna.
Yeah. Tab over into that so that.
This is this a lot more clear
Do
to
we
you
sound
guys?
nicer?
Do we sound still crispy? Let's make
Are
sure.
we
I'm gonna. Guys, thank you by the way. This is our first time ever
Yeah,
doing this, so again,
so-
if,
Yeah.
okay, no, but
Okay.
if it's all good to you guys, if there's not that much reverb in the background,
Yeah.
then we are going to get this started.
We're
then,
just
all
gonna
right.
go through with this.
All right. In that case, we are now going to restart the recording, not the stream, just the recording.
Yep.
So, hello everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Apiary. This is our podcast where we talk about pretty much whatever we want. It could be technology. It could be soft, funny creatures. Really anything. My name is Jesse, aka Ivycomb. To my right
I'm Matt.
and to my left.
I am Eric.
All right, and today we are talking about, well, many things, basically everything. We're going to be talking about the Kia EV6 versus the Tesla Model Y because those are some pretty cool vehicles. We're going to be talking a little bit about it's into Alder Lake relevant or just the AMD side of things.
I think Alder Lake's kind of relevant.
It's
Like,
kind of,
having-
but
having a
frankly,
new
I'm
Spectre
pissed at AMD.
vulnerability, Yeah.
AMD can fuck right off.
AMD sucks. Well, they're good,
And
but they
then
suck.
Yeah.
the Apple event. There's a lot to talk about there. And also, Biden's executive order on investigating cryptocurrency has some very interesting implications. We're going to be talking about all that and more on this episode of the Apiary. So make sure that you stick through the whole thing. I hope you like this, and we'll hop right into it. I guess. Someone said the Y car.
The Y car.
So first off, let's start off with talking about AMD. It's mostly just Threadripper.
Yeah.
This really upset me because so basically what AMD has done is they were like, hey guys, you know what's awesome? Threadripper. You know what the community loved and thought was awesome and really just put them on top was Threadripper. Threadripper took when AMD was just barely ahead of the race because they had better performance in productivity tasks but not really in gaming. They were like, hey, we're just going to drop a bomb on the entire PC industry. And they did. And it was fantastic. And that was Threadripper. Like the 1950X. Do you remember when it came
I remember
out?
the 1950s.
The 1950, the 16 core, people were losing
Yeah.
their goddamn minds over that thing, man.
A 16
Like-
core 32 thread HEDT CPU that was actually affordable for
Yeah.
most of the high end community.
This was a dream CPU. This is what everybody wanted.
Yeah, like it might not sound like that much today, but 16 cores at a time when Intel was still trying to preach about having
Four
four-core
core.
CPUs.
Yeah.
Was that 2015, 2016 era? Or-
2017 was when
2017.
yeah,
first Threadripper came out.
2017
Yeah.
was, I think, first.
Ryzen came out like Zen came out early 2017, right?
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Yeah, and like the first leaks we saw were around that. Were no like late 2016 were the first like
The
good
first leaks were late 2016.
Anyway, like I personally had dreamed of having a Threadripper system for quite some time. Like, I looked at these, I'm like, oh my god, that's so sick. I wish I could afford that.
I have to have that.
I have to have that.
Yeah.
And 5 years later, I was finally able to buy a Threadripper, a 3960X, thanks to the guy on my left.
Hello.
It's now sitting in the other room.
It's sitting in the
Yeah.
other room. We're streaming off the MacBook, ironically.
Yep.
The Threadripper system has been fantastic. Like, minus some issues from the motherboard. Thanks, Gigabyte.
That's different conversation.
Different conversation entirely.
Yeah.
But when I heard that AMD was like, hey, so we're discontinuing Threadripper, and also now Threadripper Pro basically belongs to Lenovo, Eric and I
Yeah.
were both pissed, frankly.
When I had heard about that, I was like, oh, Jess is totally going to want to hear about this.
I did, and I was very upset about it, and I
Yep.
still am. Like, oh my god, dude, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. So, just thinking about it is filling me with rage.
I was going to say, like, I do have some great points to make about this. So Threadripper was pretty much like already dead as of like 2 years ago. Like the normal Threadripper Pro kind of replaced it. But then the issue with Threadripper kind of dying off and becoming Threadripper Pro was that Intel 2 years previous had like pretty much already said that, hey, we're just not going to make any more high-end desktop chips. Like, what, the last one was the 10980XE?
Oh my god, yeah, no, it was originally, technically it was the 7980XE, and then they released the 10th gen, which by the way are
10th gen.
literally just 7000 series that were revamped. The best part is some of them were slower. Like
Yeah.
the 10980XE actually was
slower than
outperformed by
yeah.
this because of Spectre and Meltdown.
Yeah,
Because they
of Spectre and
implemented
Meltdown,
hardware
because they had
fixes.
that was what a great lead
Oh my
into our
God.
other topic. But up until that point, so like normal consumer HEDT was pretty much already dead, and the issue with like even just getting a Threadripper Pro at that point was that they were extremely like overpriced for what they were. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my whole take on that was that like Threadripper Pro was just out of market for most people who wanted an HEDT system. Why are you just staring at each other?
Go on.
Oh my
We're still
God.
listening. We're still
I know
listening.
you're
Keep
listening,
going, keep
but I
going.
just so yeah, like Threadripper Pro was already just way like out of price for anything. And so the issue with that was kind of just like, what was it? My whole issue with that was that like Threadripper Pro was just way out of budget.
Yeah, and it
pretty
still
much
is.
anyone.
It's stupidly over. Like here's the thing: you have to buy a dog shit Lenovo workstation if you want to get a Threadripper now. And
Yeah.
like the 5000 series of Threadrippers are still exciting in terms of their performance capabilities.
Oh, you heard
but
about that too, right?
Is it just refresh or is it like?
It's probably just going to be refreshed because they're not out yet.
I know. I was hearing
Yeah.
some good things from supposed leakers, but in the same vein, it's like. I don't know, man. Like, they said that if they're basically killing it, I do feel like they're probably just going to be like, well, as long as people are still buying them, then I guess it doesn't matter if we refresh them or not.
Yeah.
On top of the new CPUs being inside the systems, they're software locked, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
BIOS locked,
they're-
just
they're-
like the rest of Lenovo's Ryzen systems.
Oh my god, that's so fucking infuriating,
Yeah,
man.
you really can't-
for people who don't know about the fact that Lenovo has kind of just been like taking over part of AMD and then just not giving it back. If you buy a system that has a Ryzen Pro, because Ryzen Pro, that's a whole different thing. Like that is
Oh, boy.
that is something that no one will even get their hands on unless you buy a Lenovo system. There are Pro editions of normal Ryzen processors that to not only the consumer market but also other workstation suppliers. Ryzen Pro is just a Lenovo thing, and because of the fact that it's just a Lenovo thing, they are hardware locked to the BIOS on whatever Lenovo system you buy, and if you take them out and try and run them in a normal system, they just don't work.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Lenovo.
Like, they straight up just don't work.
Yeah, so I saw a few people that were questioning. Yes, like this basically means that if you buy a system with one of those CPUs in it, that CPU is effectively a several $1,000 paperweight the minute that you remove it from the system.
Yeah, and so
Take it
now
on,
because...
take it out and put it into another.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is totally busted. I mean, like, you know,
And now they've done the same thing with Threadripper.
yeah, it's
Thanks, Lenovo. Very cool.
yeah. I mean, it's like so. I guess it's not just AMD. Lenovo can also go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
And I would say there's a bridge to be burned there, but I don't think we were ever going to really work with Lenovo anyway.
No, I don't think so.
We don't need workstations.
Yeah,
And
well, I
if
mean, we do need
well-
workstations. We just need good ones.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say if we need workstations, we'll build them ourselves.
If
so
I
that
need
they're not software
if I
locked.
need a good workstation, I'm not turning to Lenovo, frankly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So just as someone that owns a Threadripper, they're dropping support for the CPUs as well. They're no longer updating any drivers or kernel shit.
Yeah,
So
it's officially end of life.
which is terrible considering the CPUs are only a couple years old. Effectively, like mine was brand new. It was
Yeah, the 3960X that you run. Like
yeah,
it's not.
so I have a 3960X. We only bought that about 5 months ago, brand new from AMD.
Yeah,
And-
like that was one that was like brand new from AMD.
It
wasn't
shouldn't
bought
be an
through a
end of life
third party.
product when I only bought it brand new 5 months ago. An end of life product should be something that. And here's the thing: there's a difference between no longer being sold and end of life. End of life means it is no longer being supported by the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Which is terrible. Motherboards are no longer available. Like we just bought a new TRX 40 Design Air literally 2 days ago, and it's great. Like the system is still going to work fine, but the future implications are what is concerning to me because it
No
feels
more
like
security updates.
it feels like AMD has slipped into a spot of complacency like what Intel was in before because they have the high end so secured.
Well, yeah, and their stock prices have gone way up because of like, oh my god, you're gonna do it again.
No,
okay.
he wanted to
I was
say
going to say
something.
something.
Sorry.
When AMD overtook Intel, that's when Intel really realized, oh shit, we got to make good CPUs. And then we got the 10 series, the 12 series.
10 series and the 12 series,
Yeah,
in
those
my
are great
personal opinion.
processors.
The 11 series was kind of a
11
disappointment.
The
We
11
don't talk
series
about
was
the 11
waste of
series.
sand.
Yeah.
I just call the 11 series waste of sand.
That's a good way of putting it.
Those processors would have been better off as sand on a beach in Florida.
In Florida, that's how much that.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
I don't know.
So AMD's reaching that point. Intel's they're just gonna keep swapping places as long as they keep.
I would
replacing.
assume that that's pretty much what we're going to see now in terms of competition is that like every few years the massive two are going to slip into spots of complacency and we're going to see AMD jump like leapfrog over Intel leap over AMD. It might happen, might happen sooner than later, might happen later rather than sooner. Who knows?
I'm happy that there's competition, but I'm sad that AMD has sort of taken the same position that Intel was in, which is like, the whole thing was everyone was rooting for AMD, not because they actually cared about AMD specifically, but because they were so tired of just seeing Intel releasing another 4-core CPU with a 5% IBC improvement over last generation.
we
on
finally
On a different
saw.
chipset.
Oh my God.
Oh God! No, we're not even. We're not going to talk about that. That is such a long argument to have to go through. No,
It's not even
okay.
an argument. It's just like
It's
everyone
just-
agrees.
I even hate Intel for it, and I have an Intel processor in my system, mind you.
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
I
few
have
years
no
old.
brand loyalty. The reason I have a Threadripper is because I need it for work.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
it, like
It's-
my 10900K at the overclock that we're running it at, like still works fine. So I'm not going to replace it if I don't have to. And like, really, the only reason why 10 and 12th gen were good was because the highest end of the actual like processors. That's the only thing that's good. Like the 12900K, that's a 16-core 24-thread processor from Intel of all companies.
Yeah.
Intel making
Yeah.
an actual 16-core.
I mean, to be fair, it's using 8. What is it? It's 12 high power. No, it's 8 high power, 8 efficiency, and then the high power cores all have hyperthreading.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Something like
I'm
that.
trying to avoid reading chat because I'm so used to it as a Twitch
Yeah,
streamer. But
but-
Pseudo did bring up something that I actually would like to talk about.
Okay.
Because I think it's funny because of how
Yeah.
uninteresting it is.
It is very boring.
But that gives us a great segue to actually review the pizza. So
Yes.
so here's the thing: grab the pizza.
Pizza
So
time.
basically, what we decided to do was we're calling it the Pizza Pact. Every first podcast of the month, we're planning on doing this like bi-weekly. So basically, every other podcast, we're going to be reviewing a pizza that was voted upon by my Twitch chat. In this case, it is a pizza that has.
I don't remember the exact. Let me.
It's a pizza with a thick crust that has a like here. I'll hold this up for the camera. Sorry, people that are listening. It's got like.
Okay, so it is a thick crust with creamy garlic sauce, with normal cheese,
Thank you.
mushrooms, grilled chicken, and spinach.
There you go. There's a little
This was
Thank
all
for
voted
it.
on by Twitch chat at
/Ivycomb. Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Let's
Very much
plug.
appreciate it. And let's review this. And Is this a pizza that Twitch chat should buy?
And it is room temperature because it's been sitting there for 2 hours.
Because we've been working on getting the podcast live.
However, that being said, it's not bad.
This is a pretty good pizza.
I thought the garlic would be overwhelming, but not at all.
It's kind of like an Alfredo sauce. It's actually quite nice. This is some pizza, by the way. If you don't have pizza where you live, it's only in Canada.
I really enjoy the fact that they can see the company it's from because of the fact that.
Yep, right there.
Sponsored by pizza? Not really. We are not sponsored by them. They be flexing on their pizza. I wish, man. That being said, yeah. The name, the Apiary. This was Pseudo's question, which I'm bringing up this time. We're probably not going to do like chat questions like this in the middle of podcasts in the future. No. But the name, the Apiary, came up after I had suggested the name Hex Angles, which Eric and I both liked, and Matt didn't because he thought that it sounded too much like Hex Angels, which sounded like a cult. That's his words, not mine.
No, that's exactly what I said.
That being said, when thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see that. It was so Matt just comes to me, he's like, why don't we just call it the Apiary? Because an apiary is where you keep bees.
Yeah.
And as most of you that are like going to be early listeners, if this explodes, then it's not going to make sense to those people. But like, basically, I stream as a bee on Twitch, and my name is Jesse B. So we figured, well, like, a lot of things are bee themed at this company at Co Media. So why not just keep it bee related? And that was when Matt was like, well, why don't we just call it the Apiary? It's where you keep bees. There's going to be three bees buzzing around during the podcast. So that's where the name, the Apiary, came from.
Very boring story. It was like 10 p.m. on a work night, and I'm like, why don't we just... like, it's obvious.
It's so obvious. Dead End said, damn, I bought these cultist robes for nothing.
That's a pretty good comment.
Sorry, I left mine in the car.
Which one? You want to tell that story?
Oh,
fuck. Okay.
Yeah, we had a great story here, chat, for you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna put this back on the oven real quick. Okay. So last Saturday, we decided, our little mod group decided to play some VR chat and hang out, and got to a little drinking. I was having fun, and then I passed out eventually.
A little?
A little. Passed out
Inside
in the
joke.
bathroom. Woke up the next morning with a mild hangover. So I'm like, fuck. I could really go for a Slim Jim and a Red Bull right now. So I go outside to go get in my car. I have had a 2004 Ford Explorer, very basic vehicle. I go outside, and it's not in the parking lot. So I'm like, did I drive my car last night? Because I knew I'd drunk, and I was like, went over to the other parking lot, wasn't there.
He asked us, did I drive last night, guys? We're like, no, you didn't. Like, we would have been pissed at you if you did.
yeah, we told you specifically, do not.
I walked down the street, I was looking around everywhere, and couldn't find my car. So I look around the parking lot, there's no broken glass, there's nothing. My car just disappeared. So I'm rightfully assuming my car was stolen last Saturday night while I was in VR chat with friends. So
which sucks. Like,
that really sucks.
Because I know you really liked that thing.
I did.
Like,
I really liked my Explorer.
It was a Ford Explorer with a V8. Like, and
It was an old one. It wasn't.
it was an older one, but like it was
It was really clean. It was nice.
It vanished.
Vanished into thin air. So I already contacted the police, all that, and I went and got a new car, which
The authorities.
I didn't want to do, but I have a new car now. So
yeah, which it's a very nice Volvo.
it is. I have a 2015 Volvo S60 T5.
Which it's actually surprisingly nice in that, like,
It is, yes.
because like you look at it, like, unassuming, the interior is so
This
comfortable.
is a generic passenger car.
And that's a great segue into the next topic, which is let's talk a little bit about
Kia's new electric car.
yeah. So the Kia EV6, which I'm going to show you guys on the screen right now. This is a car that starts at $40,000,
Which is roughly the same entry level as the Tesla,
Model Y.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of range, where is it? The range should be 310 miles versus 330 miles.
So pretty similar.
They are roughly in the same area.
They're both crossovers, so they're.
What I will say is, like, I think right off the bat, it's very clear I think most people would agree. I don't think there'd be much of debate here that the EV6 it looks very nice. It's built on the same platform as the Hyundai Ioniq 5, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure that it is built on the same platform. So like, in terms of actual hardware, like you're basically getting, the same powertrain. You're even getting the same chassis. It's just the interior is different. I know that they've gone for like a semi-minimalist, very futuristic aesthetic. I'm pretty sure there should be photos on the page somewhere. But what I do know is that at least from a look standpoint, like it has the Model Y destroyed.
Yeah,
a lot of people consider the Model Y to be a hatchback. But no, it's a crossover.
Yeah, it's a crossover SUV.
Like if you guys, the Model Y is not a cross or not a hatch. Please stop calling it a hatchback. Like looking at it looks like a Model 3 that's been stretched vertically on the Y-axis, which I've said to these guys a lot.
Yeah,
and it bugs me because I just feel like the Model Y was like kind of a lazy design. Sorry, Tesla, I know you guys put a lot of work into it, but like goddamn.
Or the Tesla model, why would you buy this?
Exactly.
Yes.
It's just it looks like a Model 3, but not as nice. That being said, it's practical. It's got a lot of space.
Yeah.
And I think that it does have that over the EV6.
Mm-hmm.
The EV6 is actually a hatchback. It's an overgrown hatchback, but they classify it officially as a hatchback, to my understanding. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but every review I've watched, they're like, this isn't actually a crossover. It's a hatchback.
Yeah.
And it's a very nice hatchback though, and I love hatches. Like it's low to the ground, but you're getting all that practicality.
Decent amount of storage space.
Yeah, I know that they handle quite well.
For its design and because of the fact that it's 2022, would that be considered a hot hatch? With the power that it has?
Maybe with the like high end trims, yes, but I would say base model, no.
I don't know if I would consider it like a higher end trim. I mean, it would be in the same as like the Model Y. I wouldn't look at this and be like it's a hot hatch. It's just an expensive electric hatchback.
Yeah.
My whole thing though is I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think that the EV6 is going to be the right choice to buy in the long term. If you want a vehicle that's gonna actually hold its value well, there'd be no reason to not buy a Tesla.
Teslas
frankly.
do hold their value.
They hold their value incredibly well.
Did the camera close for a reason? Oh, it's because we're not tabbed into it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
never mind. Sorry.
See, look, there's. Wait.
Oh, the camera actually shut down.
Haha, there you go, guys. You just got pranked.
Well, should I get up and check that?
Someone should check that, probably. When did we freeze? What happened?
We are frozen.
Something borked.
Is it working over there?
The camera just like straight up shut off.
Yeah, camera's still on.
What? What happened?
Uh-oh, that's fine. Anyway, I'm going to continue talking.
It's okay.
That's a great freeze frame, right?
That is a
Matt will teleport. Yes, Matt has teleported away.
Kapoof.
all look very concerned.
We are very concerned.
Berdoop. I heard that.
I'm not sure what that was. Anyway, is that your computer?
Ooh, that is my computer.
Interesting.
What is it doing?
Start USB streaming and plug it.
Anyhow, let's go. It's now a real podcast. Absolutely. Well, because things are going wrong.
You want to know what I'm curious?
I mean,
about?
it's episode 1, guys. Give us a break.
You want to know
So
what?
many things have gone wrong so far.
Oh yeah, I know. Like we've learned so much today on what to do for the next episode. It's glorious.
You want to know what I'm curious about?
What?
I'm curious to know if it's that same error that I got before.
Which is what?
Oh, is it working?
Is it?
I think the battery died.
It's plugged in.
Shut the fuck up, Aaron.
How would the battery die if it's plugged in? It should be getting power over USB.
Wouldn't be a B podcast without the skissues. Yeah, you know.
Without the issues.
I'm honestly I agree with you guys. That kind of gives it that.
Battery's fucking...
Battery's fine.
No, it's not doing
Oh, it's toasted.
It's toasted.
Batteries.
Regular batteries. Do they have a-
Yeah,
Did you charge that other one?
it's plugged in.
Okay, you know what? Don't worry about it. We're just gonna use the footage on the thing. We'll figure it out later. We'll fix it for the next episode.
We've lost the we've lost the camera.
We've
It's
lost the
gone.
camera. For those of you watching on YouTube, you're now gonna have to deal with our Safari sketchiness.
Yeah.
Anyway, so looking at the Model Y, just if you want a vehicle that's going to hold its value, most people have been able to resell their 3s for the same amount or more than they bought them for. I know that when I bought my Model 3, I spent about 52,000 Canadian dollars on it, which
It's like
Yeah, something like that. Like think of it this way: the person that bought my Model 3 originally probably bought it for around 45,000 Canadian, and then they sold it and then got more.
What are you doing to this poor camera?
I'm gonna replace them.
Oh, I get you.
I'm gonna try to get this working. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna say fuck it.
Oh, fair enough.
Where's the battery?
In Jess's room.
I don't know if it actually is.
It is.
Oh, is that okay? Sick.
The one that I plugged in.
Sick. All right. That being said, there's not much else for me to add. I think the EV6 and the Ioniq 5 are fantastic.
Have a great warranty.
Yeah, Kia does have a great warranty,
you
Kia.
You said EV6 and Ioniq 5.
Yeah, I'm saying I think because the Ioniq 5 is basically an EV6 that looks better.
True.
Like given the choice, I would pick an Ioniq 5 over either of them just for the look alone. It looks like a retro retro reference. Oh my god,
Retro
dude.
reference?
Like what is
Reto
lore?
Reto.
If I was it Hyundai Ioniq 5. Like check this out, guys. It reminds me of retrofuturism. Like it's just there's quite a lot of these in Vancouver already.
Yeah.
They just I don't know, man. There's something about the square headlight design that really has.
Clean.
Yeah, it's super super nice.
It's also impressive that the Ioniq 5 went from being something that just looks like
It looked like a discount Prius
to what is now like video game like Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, Cyberpunk's a great way of putting it actually. But like if Cyberpunk was better. You know what, Matt? Don't worry about it. Just come sit down. No, come sit down. Come sit down. Come sit down.
He's gonna get the camera working.
I don't care about the camera.
He's on a mission.
This is an audio stream. It's about the sound design, the buttery voices.
So then why did we set up 2 localized suns in the kitchen?
For video?
So let him fix the camera.
No, we don't need to fix the camera. It's not a big deal.
I don't have anything important to say anyways. Just go.
Oh yeah, by the way, Pseudo, the source didn't die. The camera did.
Yeah.
The source is fine. The issue was the camera died.
The camera straight up just ran out of battery.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, the camera that's plugged in.
I think it was because it was just plugged into a USB port. That's probably what it was. Anyway, for the next episode, we are gonna have an actual capture card set up.
Proper setup. Yeah.
The issue was we literally didn't have a one of the ports we needed.
Yeah.
Which hindsight is 2020. Well, actually, hindsight is 2022, I guess. But like,
oh, shut up.
that was funny. I'm laughing. I'm laughing a lot.
Are you? Yeah.
That's respectable.
That's respectable. Okay.
Anyway, let's yeah, this is interesting. Biden just put out an executive order on cryptocurrencies, and the gist of this, to my understanding, is that they want to look at ways that they could possibly implement an official like U.S. government-backed cryptocurrency.
But like on the blockchain.
Yeah, like actually on the blockchain.
Which that's kind of where the logic behind this just breaks, in my opinion, because it's like, yes, let's take the US dollar, something that is known to be extremely volatile to change, and put it on an even more volatile to change hosting platform, being the global blockchain.
Well, like part of it is apparently to investigate quote unquote illicit activity, but my problem with that is that quite frankly, like a lot of stuff that is done is not illicit. It's usually just gray market. Well, I mean, and even then, a lot of stuff is legitimate. A lot of people are just holding on to crypto as an investment.
Yeah, but I guess that like the take that I have on that is like Bitcoin in its creation was originally created for something that no longer exists called the Silk Road. Yeah. Like, that's what Bitcoin was for, cryptocurrency and the blockchain. And
the other thing, too, is that I'm very bothered by the fact that a lot of people are like, well, it's untraceable. No, actually, Bitcoin is way more traceable. It's way more traceable than anything cash. Like, because you can view all of the history, every wallet that a coin has been through. Yeah. You can see that. Matt almost just destroyed the camera. I did. Anyway, you sit back down, Matt. Yeah. Sit back down.
Maybe if you bought a better camera.
And yeah, no. It's as a clarification, I don't think that it was created for the Silk Road. It was created.
Well, it was created to be an untraceable currency, and so it just kind of started.
More just not linked to a person. Which, to be fair, it isn't. Yeah. It's not linked to a person. However, with the prevalence of companies like Coinbase, it's not that difficult to say, hey, this is a Coinbase address. Hey,
Yeah.
Coinbase. We think that we might have a huge criminal here, you know? I mean, like, I know it's not that black and white. I know it's not that simple. That's not what I'm trying to imply. What I'm trying to imply is that the idea that Bitcoin is a completely untraceable, completely safe, like, you know, like it's harboring all of the criminals is just a fallacy. There are so many people that use it for legitimate purposes. So I mean, like, it's good that they're investigating it, but the U.S. government is not going to be able to do anything to stop cryptocurrency because it's global.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like, haven't there been governments that have tried to stop
Yes.
cryptocurrency related stuff?
Some governments have tried. One that I was aware of, I read about this. If this is incorrect, I apologize. Take this with a grain of salt. Like, do your own research. Oh, famous line.
Famous line, yeah.
But I remember reading a long time ago that there was a group of people that were linked to a government that were attempting to destabilize the crypto market by having a large number of computers mining on their own client, but then trying to actually push fake transactions through. And they weren't able to do it because they just simply didn't have enough hash power. Like, and quite frankly, there's no, like, there's such a ridiculous amount of hashing power behind, like, all of the major cryptocurrencies that no matter what you do, you're not going to be seeing any, you're not going to be able to budge the network or fudge it.
Well, and I guess the other thing that we could talk about in regards to, like, cryptocurrency and stuff like that is the creation of, you know, companies like Coinbase and, like, what that other one that's, like, meant for NFTs, the Fox thing or whatever. I don't know.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about NFTs here, though, because NFTs are dumb.
NFTs are terrible.
There's that take.
I mean, that's not even a take. That's just a fact.
That's just it's not a take. That's a fact.
Like, NFTs are a great way to scam people that have a fear of missing out.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's FOMO, but the currency.
Yep. So just for the record, like, you know, I've lost any tiny ounce of respect I had for, like, Jennifer Lawrence as an example of one, because, you know, selling out to the NFT market. I'm sorry.
Did Jennifer Lawrence sell out to the NFT market?
Yes.
Where was I? I must be under a rock.
Many
What?
celebrities have.
Oh well, yeah. No, I remember.
Online, anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I remember, like, the fact that a whole bunch of memes.
Even Eminem has a Bored Ape as his
yeah.
Twitter profile. It's like, to be clear, I don't hate these people for having them or for selling them. It's more just like it's
just
very
such a
hard for
dumb
me
concept.
to. It's very hard for me to stand behind these multimillionaires anymore, you know, because before I was just rooting for all of them and everything.
Sure, totally, yeah, yeah, rooting for millionaires, exactly.
I hope that the /S is implied there.
Yeah.
Like, I think it is, but
I'm
you know,
pretty
that's
sure
not
it would be, but I mean, now that you've actually said it, it should be
like,
should be pretty obvious.
Like, it's just, I don't know, man.
I guess we could also talk about the fact that, like, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency mining is just
This is actually a great point.
Energy.
Like, I can get behind this, which is that apparently Biden dropped a mention of the sheer energy costs, which could imply that the U.S. government might investigate ways to make crypto less reliant on mining, or at least more efficient. Which, you know, that would be nice, because the thing is, though, is I'm going to say this. I think that the government's priority should, like, and this doesn't just apply to the U.S., this applies to all countries. They should be more focused on, you know, reducing their own emissions rather than the emissions of a network that's out of their control, especially when it's not that significant.
Speaking of that, my biggest pet peeve is, like, whenever I just looked at the camera, one of my biggest pet peeves is, like, when a company is like, do you want to donate $5? It's like, you're $1 billion company.
Why,
we were talking about this the other night.
Why, as the customer,
bring it
are we
back up.
donating? Yeah.
And it's like, Walmart, for example, just random fucking company.
Walmart. I like
They have that's $1 billion company. Why don't they donate $5 per purchase to, I don't know, Team C's, Team Trees?
Well, no, because they donate to other corrupt companies, not to
they
Team...
donate to companies that fund their pockets.
Oh my
Basically,
isn't it?
yeah. No,
And
because
it's not even them donating. It's the customers.
this
at the end of the
is
day.
part of why I've had such a big issue with wanting to work with charities. Is like because I really do want to help out.
You have to vet, like,
you have
every
to
charity
really
you work
vet out
with.
a charity, which is a big reason why the only charities that I've actually, like, spoken in favor of on my streams have been Team Seas, Team Trees, and the ALS Foundation.
That's why
because I know that the money that's going to those causes is actually going to what they're saying.
It's not
Well, and
95% is going to the company and the employees, and the 5% is actually
Yeah,
going to charity.
because remember, to be clear, like charities still need money to operate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that is reasonable. The issue is that there is a huge amount of corruption in many charities, and they will basically falsify the numbers that they need for operation just so that they can line the executives with more pockets, just like any other company.
Yeah. Now, I guess the only other charity that I would say that you've actually like put research or time or money into was the one that I did the 24-hour stream.
Oh
for.
yeah.
Yeah, the Extra
that?
Life.
Yeah.
No, Extra Life is great. Like
Extra
and
Life is
I've worked with them before.
Well, and Extra Life is a true not for profit. So like, you know, I totally back them as well. But the thing that's nice about Extra Life is literally just people who want to volunteer 24 hours of their time to just kind of like, you know, let's stream for 24 hours. Let's just play games and see if we can get people to donate so that all of this money can then go to children's hospitals. And like that's any hospital within the children's hospital, like network of hospitals. So that applies to, you know, that applies to stuff like St. Jude's in the States, any of the children's hospital by name hospitals here in Canada. And yeah, like from the research that I've done, and I guess from the small amount of research that Ivy or Jess has done, is that they are actually like a pretty decent charity in terms of where the money's actually coming from and where it's going. Because,
sure.
Now,
yeah.
if you really want to help out a charity, but you really don't have much money or you're whatever, go volunteer at your local animal shelter.
Or
they
even
really
like a
appreciate
soup kitchen. Like,
it.
Yeah.
Soup kitchens, anything.
There are so
Volunteer
many
time.
ways to help out without putting your own money forward. It's like I feel like a lot of companies and a lot of even content creators, frankly, like make it seem like it is your responsibility to do the right thing. When like in reality, there's so many small things you can do. Like hell, for many times, even just watching like a charity stream. Like if a creator you like is hosting a charity stream, just be present because that helps to like, you know,
it helps to boost that stream in the algorithm.
Or
And
just
even
don't
if you
litter.
well,
Don't
yeah,
litter,
that
yeah.
too.
Just-
Yeah.
Be a decent human being. That's helping out.
yeah. Speaking of being a decent human being, Apple.
Perfect segue.
Apple.
Perfect segue.
segue.
Absolutely. So, I have thoughts about the new Apple event. Like, good thoughts, to be clear. I'm actually quite pleased because what Apple is doing here is, like, in my opinion, and if either of you guys disagree with me on this, like, please speak up. I feel like Apple is actually doing a great job at setting the bar right now, like for every other company to follow, both in the mobile industry, like in smartphones, in wearables. Thank you.
Yep, wearable tech.
In displays.
Yeah.
Their displays are great.
Well,
like
and
the-
even what is it? Like we have a HomePod Mini sitting right behind us. Like
We have a
so-
HomePod
like
in this
smart
room.
home.
We
Yeah.
have a HomePod Mini. We have an iPhone, a MacBook, which is how we're streaming this and recording this. What's it called? There's a pair of AirPods Max over there. It's like, to be clear, I know that that's not setting the best stage. Being like, oh, like we're not Apple fan. I'm not an Apple fanboy. Like I do like Apple's hardware, but I have unrelated issues with the company. The thing is, though, is looking at the actual hardware. The reason why I have purchased these things is because of the fact that they work. And they work very well.
Yeah.
They perform incredibly well, like way above their weight class. And the number one thing that Apple's always been known for is their integration is vertical. Like it's fantastic across their entire product stack. The AirPods Max that I have, they connected to my MacBook like the day I bought it without me even like knowing that I would have like rather I didn't think about it. They just connected while I had them on.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, dude, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, just it's drop-in. It works. They recognize other devices that are made by their manufacturer, which is. I want to know how they enabled that. Like I would be very interested to know the tech behind it.
If I had
behind
to
what?
guess, it is through network or your Apple account.
Oh yeah, no. So all your devices are linked to your Apple account. That and then if it says,
Even the headphones?
yeah,
Yeah.
What the?
the headphones,
Okay.
the headphones are also show up on Find My.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
How did I know that?
I haven't had an iPhone for a year, to be fair.
There's one right over there.
This right here, this headline: Apple announces a $429 iPhone SE with 5G in the A15. This is big because this is a $400 smartphone that has the fastest mobile chip you can buy right now in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, save for the iPad that has the M1.
Okay, but that's not a mobile phone.
That's not a mobile phone.
If they were to introduce the M1 into an iPhone, that would be insanity.
I don't think you could put a battery big enough.
I don't think so either.
iPhone.
But the point is that this is a sub $500 phone that has
A15 5G.
It has the hardware that you would expect to see in a $1,000 flagship phone.
Well, and it's built like it shares
it's using an old flagship case. It's using the iPhone 8's case.
It shares the same build as the previous previous two iPhone SEs?
Love or hate Apple, a $430 smartphone that performs as the flagship, from a reputable brand is a big deal. Even though they've had the SE in the past do the same thing, like every time that it's refreshed, it's a big deal for that reason. It is proving you don't need
a flagship to have a flagship.
Exactly. And like what is it? The Google Pixel 3. Oh God, what is it called?
One of them. The Google phones.
Google has
the same thing.
Yeah, and I respect them for it. I think
doesn't Samsung have one too now?
No.
There's a version of the S22, but it's like the FE.
The FE, but the S22 FE is not cheap. It's basically like $100 less. It's like, but you're getting.
They're trying.
No. The Samsung FE is a sad joke because of the fact that it is basically you are paying slightly less for way less quality. Like you're getting a huge downgrade for not much of a downgrade in price. Whereas with Apple, you're getting basically no material downgrade for, half the price.
I mean, like minus display quality because they have.
It does still have the older display, but iPhone displays have been on top for like 7 years.
Well, okay, so I guess it's display and partially battery life. Because the new SE, from what I've seen so far, is something that should theoretically have the same power as like a 12 mini. Not a 13 mini, to be clear, a 12 mini. It should be able to last as about as long, but it sometimes just won't, which is, that's kind of a problem, especially if you're expecting your device to be able to last you all day. For the majority of 2020, I actually had the older SE, not the
OG SE.
Like the mid ground, the one when they switched it into the 8 body.
Oh yeah. I actually just sold one of those because I got it for $1.
Nice. Yeah, I remember you telling me the story about that. But yeah, no, the thing that kind of annoyed me was that for the majority of 2020, obviously, like everyone knows, that's prime pandemic time. We were all locked in our homes. I actually had to replace that phone quicker than I've ever replaced any other phone. It did not even last a year before the battery got to a point where it was being so, I would have to charge it so often that it was just, not even worth keeping around as, a backup phone. It was just...
Matt, just come back. Just come back, Matt.
I think I got it.
He thinks he fixed it.
He thinks he fixed it?
We might have a camera again. Maybe?
We might. Let's see.
PogChamp?
Hold on.
This is the most professional podcast on YouTube, undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly.
I promise you that the next episode we will actually have less technical
it'll
issues.
Work. Oh, hey, let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, it's working.
Let's go, dude. You gotta zoom in.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. That works.
Fine. We'll just
go with this.
We'll just deal with it, I guess.
We'll hope that this works. Hey, look, he's back. Oh, nice. Bump the desk.
I bumped the desk, but I fixed it.
Okay.
There you go.
Fixed it.
I fixed the camera. We're
Matt's
back.
There you go. Is that better? Is that better for you guys, chat?
So now
you can see us once again.
Let's remember to not tab out, because apparently tabbing out just...
the camera died, remember?
No, yeah, the camera battery died.
Why is the camera shaking?
It's not.
Because you suck.
What do you mean? It's not. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
Hi. I fixed the camera.
The other thing I want to say is the studio display. The Mac Studio display is the other big headliner, because the M1 Ultra, it's insane. You probably heard it time and time again. Everyone knows that the M1 Ultra is insane. There's no denying that. Obviously, Apple still cherry picks their results, but
something Threadripper performance.
But an ARM CPU being on par with Threadripper and like effectively faster than a 12900K in productivity, obviously in gaming the 12900K will still win.
Well, yeah, because it's
it's on Windows for one thing, and it's also a proper like
x86 CPU,
but
not ARM.
That aside, that is not what I want to focus on. What I am most interested in is this display. The studio display is absolutely insanity. It comes with a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, so like it comes with
that's impressive.
So this is the same sensor they use in the iPhone.
By the way, let's just also give credit to Apple of like how nice that all of their web pages look.
Oh yeah, no. When it comes to web page design, Apple gets their shit right. But yeah, what is it like? So if I were to go to the order now page just to demonstrate what I'm talking about, so. This is basically like, it comes with a stand. You don't have to pay $1,000 for it this time, guys.
Yay!
No $1,000 stand.
This time, next time.
Next time, we don't know. But
even like considering the nano texture glass, and getting like the full full package, like $2,800 for what is effectively a Pro Display XDR. Which, by the way, remember that the Pro Display XDR is not aimed at the kind of person that's looking for a $600 gaming monitor. It's aimed at the person that is looking for a $50,000 studio monitor, and they can go, wait, why would I get that when I can get the Pro Display XDR, which frankly,
Pro Display.
5K.
Oh, 5K.
But
but now we've got this. Now we've got the studio.
It's $5,000. I understand that the Pro Display XDR is expensive. It's out of my price range. It's probably out of most people that listening's price range, but it is an incredible display for what it is, and for who it's aimed at. It is an incredible value. The Mac Studio, and hell, even these, like the MacBook that I've been using this whole time, this has an XDR display in it. This has the exact same display tech that's in that $5,000 monitor. And I want to just say, like, Apple right now is just killing everyone else with their monitor game. Monitor specifically.
They just set the new bar for monitors.
Well, and I was going to say, doesn't that new monitor have an A15 in it?
Yes, it has an A15, so a full iPhone chip in it.
Yes. My only question to Apple at that point would be, what prompted you to put your newest chip into your monitor that is ideally running a screen and a webcam?
Probably the True Tone display. It's probably because they want to make sure that they're getting color accuracy in every room.
So they're just like, A15.
Yeah, I don't know.
Done.
That being said, I don't necessarily disagree with the idea of having an A15 in the monitor. Like if they're using it for something actually effective, then I can get behind it. But obviously, I'm not the one that's going to know that once it's actually in people's hands and being reviewed, then I think that we'll get a good idea of, what the benefit is there. Me personally, like, I would probably turn True Tone off. I have True Tone on my MacBook, but that's because I am most of the time not color grading. If I do color grading, I am going to be doing it on the MacBook, because even though the display I have in there is color accurate, like it's been factory calibrated. I think the LTT guys actually spent
I was
time
going to
doing
say,
it.
I don't think that was factory calibrated. I think that was LTT.
Yeah, because the for context, the monitor I have in my bedroom is it's a
43-inch.
It's a 43-inch 4K 144 hertz display from Acer, and I bought it from one of the LTT guys.
Shout out to LTT for being.
Shout out to LTT for being in Vancouver and easy to access.
Yeah. And thank you for selling stuff to us.
When I say easy to access, what I don't mean is don't go there and
do not show up at LTT's.
If you show up at LTT,
like,
they will not be happy. They'll be like, "What are you doing here?" Leave. Yeah. What was it though? But that being said, the whole point is that personally, like the XDR tech is not hype. It is actually like the best monitors you can buy.
And we can see it first.
Yeah,
we can see it. The color is absolutely gorgeous.
Looking at it from a 45,
and they're AMOLED displays, so that they are. I can't remember if they're micro. They might be micro LED, but the point is that their black levels are so good that you can't even tell.
I don't even remember for the 14-inch.
What I do know is that it has a black level that is so low that it might as well be 0, because when it's off in a dark room and the Apple logo is the only thing on the screen, it just looks like there's a floating Apple logo.
Yep.
So shout out to Apple, good displays, great processors. No, sorry, great displays and great processors.
It's basically
it's pretty much just.
I just wanted computer. I wanted to put it out there. It's not from a fanboy perspective. I'm very happy that we have competition from AMD, Intel, and Apple, and possibly more players soon. because there has been discussion from AMD about licensing out their x86 64 to other companies.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
But yeah, that's the thing though, right? Is that this could be huge because Apple Silicon has proven that ARM can be useful on desktop. The minute that starts to be ported over to Windows properly, that will be a great day. Because right now the biggest issue is not that the hardware isn't there. The issue is that
there's no software support.
Yeah,
for it.
the on the Windows side of things, Microsoft is unwilling to like actually put in the R&D.
Well, it's not so much that they're unwilling. Like,
oh, I know they're willing.
They're currently like
There's no
teamed
reason
up.
to.
They're currently teamed up with Android though, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah. No,
Like,
I don't know,
isn't
man.
it that on Windows 11 you can run Android apps or something like that?
Yeah. It's just the big thing though is that I think that their focus is in the wrong place there because they're more focused on the Android app compatibility than making Windows run better on ARM.
On ARM, well, because it's the other way around. It's not so much that they want Windows on ARM. It's that they
Windows has
it's
been
that they
proven
want
to
ARM
run
compatibility from Android apps.
Windows runs better on Apple Silicon than it does on the actual Qualcomm SoCs
well, but
that they made.
That's not official though.
But that's why it's sad.
Technically,
That's why it's sad. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Is is if the company actually manufacturing, the hardware, the vertical integration, working with the hardware company directly, is not able to do as well as a bunch of hackers on GitHub, then
True.
like I think like look, I'm a programmer myself. I'm not trying to downplay the skill or the intelligence of Microsoft's engineers, but
if a bunch of guys in their basements on GitHub can program something better than you guys can, like, come on.
but who are we? We're just three jackasses, sitting at a table.
In a kitchen.
Yeah.
Three jackasses sitting in literally.
No, sorry. This is our very professional kitchen set,
This is
guys.
not a studio.
Exactly.
This is
It's
an
kitchen
actual
set.
kitchen.
Yeah, this is literally where we cook dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't.
No, he doesn't live here. He lives in the States actually,
Yeah.
and we're all in Canada. So
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Fun though, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
But yeah, so with the newest Fortnite news,
Oh my
Fortnite.
God, shut the
Fuck up, Jesse.
Yeah, you don't want to hear about Fortnite? You want to hear
No,
about Fortnite?
I don't want to hear.
You want to hear about
I
Fortnite?
don't think anyone here wants to hear about.
I thought
Fortnite.
that
I don't
Fortnite
think
was.
I don't think your community wants to hear.
I don't
about
think I want to hear about Fortnite,
I don't-
frankly.
Yeah. So
I don't
stop.
know. Screw up.
Anyway, Fortnite is coming out with I don't even know.
Turning off your mic. Hold on.
Hey, whoa! You can't just reach over and turn my mic off. That's not how this works. Do you want me to come over to your mic and sell?
No, it's dented.
What's up, gamers? How y'all doing? Oh yeah, sorry, 6 feet. COVID.
6 feet.
COVID-19.
I tested positive before coming in Canada. They wanted more of it.
I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble for saying that. But fuck it.
No, it's a joke.
No,
Yeah.
you have to test negative to come across the
Yeah,
border.
yeah, exactly.
/S. Boys
Which,
/S.
oh my god, dude! Like let's talk about that. Actually, I'm so bothered by like. I get it. I'm as happy as the next person is that we actually have the ability to go to places without needing a mask.
This is in
But-
BC, by the way. They
This is
just
in
got rid of the
BC.
mask mandate.
But
Yeah.
here's
Well,
the
I
thing.
mean, Ontario,
I'm
the
still
place I used to
been we've all been still wearing masks because
Yeah.
personally I actually have grown to prefer it. I don't like going out like what is it at Staples? I couldn't find my mask and I was anxious the whole time. I'm like I feel disgusting.
Now, this isn't like oh no, I don't want people to see me. This is like, I don't want to breathe your air. Kind of
Yeah, no, because I've learned that people are really gross.
People
Yeah.
are
Like whenever I see someone coughing in public now, I actually just like
you like
It's a
visceral
It's like
recoil.
it's a recoil.
Yeah.
It's like no.
yeah, it's not because
Don't-
I think they're a terrible person. It's literally just like I don't want to get sick.
yeah.
I like being healthy.
Okay, real talk, that's actually something I've really enjoyed, and this is gonna sound really weird, but like all of like pretty much the entire time that COVID's been around and that like I've been wearing a mask out in public, staying inside, like that kind of shit, the entirety of 2020 I didn't get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even once.
So here's what sucks for me. I only got sick once in 2020 and once in 2022. And
Yeah.
both times it was just COVID.
Yeah.
Just COVID.
Yeah, just COVID. The first time it almost killed me. The second time it didn't because I was vaccinated. Get vaccinated, guys.
The thing that was really interesting was that, and speaking of vaccines, the only thing that I ever ended up feeling was actually just the after effects of my last 2 vaccines. But that's just normal because that's your immune system like responding to it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you have to wear a mask for hours
Yeah.
at a time.
Don't
No.
no, you're not
Wait.
referencing
Well, I
the
hold
dreams.
back.
I'm gonna
What's on my mind?
We're gonna get DMCA'd.
And when I
We're gonna
ask,
get DMCA'd
when I
by
ask you how I'm
Dream.
doing, they say I'm just fine. And when they ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm just fine.
If we get DMCA'd,
But the fact is, I can never get off of my mattress.
are we gonna get DMCA'd by Dream?
This is what people really wanted the podcast
I
for.
don't
Was
think it
like
is.
they hear the takes and what we have to say about things, and then it's just unhinged chaos.
Yep.
Is that really what you guys? Is that really what they wanted?
But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, because
Hey, that's a good point from Pseudo.
wearing a mask in public made me more confident because of my acne. You know what, man? I respect that.
You can just like cover the bottom half of your face.
It's like, well, in a way, I feel the same way because, like, you know, I'm trans and I don't like my facial hair and stuff, and it's like I am physically incapable of taking hormones.
On
I'm
the other
doing-
side of the coin, I just use my beard to hide my acne, so
I'm just,
it just works.
I'm just pulling these out so that I can show it off. Nice. Yeah, hit the mic.
Podcast.
Look.
Hey,
Look.
no flexing.
No, flexing.
No.
Shout out to D-Brand. They will actually
No,
send
no
you a
shout-outs to
mask that
D-Brand.
matches your
Sponsor us,
skin.
please.
Congratulations, Eric. You have 2 halves of a phone taped together. I'm so proud of you.
With the squishy plastic.
Flip phone.
Damn, bro, you did what Motorola was doing 15 years ago. I'm so proud of you.
Look, you can actually see the crease.
This
in the
guy's got
light.
a Z Flip.
Yeah.
It honestly,
I'm
like,
that
I
kind of
joke
hater.
about it, but it's actually quite a nice.
It is a
phone.
cool
It's a very
phone. I'll
nice
give it
phone.
that. Yeah.
The,
And I mean,
the
hey,
waitress today at
Oh, yeah.
Cora was super
We went out-
interested
we
in
went
it. She's
out
like,
to-
"What kind of phone is that?"
We went out to. Sorry about that.
How dare you?
We went out to breakfast this morning, and the waitress at Cora's was like super confused because I pulled it out and I was just using the little touchscreen on the front, and she was like, "What kind of phone is that?" I was like, "Oh, it's a Z Flip."
Yeah, she'd
It's
never
like-
seen one
She had
before.
never seen one, and I was like,
I mean, it's not a common phone, to be
It's
'Cause
fair.
it sucks.
I mean,
okay. I mean, I don't think I've had a phone in my life where I've ever had to be more careful with something that I've been dailying.
is your
you know?
phone okay? Bro, so he just grabbed his phone and threw it on the floor
I can't
to
do that.
demonstrate that he has no care.
I
Well,
can't
yeah,
do
let's
that.
test it. Let's
No,
drop
let's not
this.
test it. Let's not
give me
test
your
it.
phone.
I'm gonna
give
cover
me
my pocket
give me
so
your
that you
phone.
can't get this.
I am
No.
reaching for your phone in
No,
your pocket.
stop.
Give me your phone. Okay. D
But yeah,
brand
no,
mask.
D-brand mask, yes. But yeah, no, either way, yeah, like not a ton of people have them, but that's because it takes like you have to care for this thing like as if it was a pet, honestly. Because
That's why I have no case on my phone.
it's the screen is plastic. You can scratch it with your fingernail.
Let's demonstrate that.
No, let's not demonstrate that. Like I have been you can't put a case on it. That's the other point that I was trying to remember. Samsung literally says, like, even though they make cases for these phones, do not put a case on your Z Flip 3 because it'll break the hinge. Yeah.
Z Fold has a skill issue.
That's like, see, my whole thing is like, quite frankly, after. So, do I have my iPhone on me? I do. So for those of you that are watching the stream or the video, you may notice that my case, like, I mean, there's not a huge amount of like resolution here, but my case is very heavily damaged.
Yeah.
That is because I am very careless with technology. And it doesn't matter if it's cheap or expensive. I'm careless with it because I've worked with so much of it.
This is why I have a cheap phone.
Yeah, so he has a cheap phone. My solution is I protect it and I get Apple Care because this phone, my iPhone 11 Pro Max, I've had to replace the phone once and replace the screen twice. And in total, it's cost me about $100 because of Apple Care. So shout out to Apple again.
Yeah, Apple. You're really doing good right now.
Yeah, and then there's just my phone. You can't put a case on it. There's no option for a screen protector because, like, well, first of all, I guess it comes with one on it, but it's like a cheap, like, plastic one. So no glass screen protector, no screen protector or case for the front. And if you put a case on it and you damage the hinge, because it's not so much that they're worried about, like, the hinge breaking. It's that if there's any damage on the hinge, it immediately voids your warranty.
Like physical damage.
Like no, even like a paint scratch.
What if you drop it?
How?
So,
Dude,
the other thing, if you drop it too many times, it's got a drop sensor in it, and if it gets thrown or tossed any more than like half a foot, like even if you're just tossing it onto your bed, you can have your warranty voided because they can pull the data from it.
So the moral of the story here is don't buy that phone.
The moral of the story is that effectively, unless you have the same like connections that I do, and you get one of these for free or like have one from your work, do not buy one of these. I love it. It's a cool phone.
It's really
It's got
cool.
a great gimmick, but this thing is like actually just dog shit for the consumer.
Yeah.
There's that take. Samsung, step up your game, please. I'd like to be able to actually use the warranty on my phone.
I just don't use the warranty.
Yeah, I mean, God, I
Yeah.
had a thought and it kind of
It's
just
gone.
it's gone. Thought gone.
Thought gone.
Empty head.
Empty.
No thoughts.
No thoughts, head empty.
Just brainage.
Empty fridge
Well,
light space.
Emperor.
We don't have any more talking points, do we? Or we
No,
just
well, I mean,
Does it
here's.
become unhinged now? Do we?
I
Just
mean, we've
talk
already
about
been on
whatever?
We've
Hinge a
been
little bit.
after the Kia. Things kind of went downhill.
After the
After the
Well,
camera
it's like
died.
what is it?
Camera died.
I don't know, man. I feel like one thing with podcasts that I've noticed, because I occasionally do listen to them in the background.
Yeah.
One thing that I've grown to really like is when you have a podcast that's a mix of like, you know, them talking about things they're really passionate about, but then also just talking and hanging out, because it's really interesting to hear like groups of friends actually just being natural with each other.
This is meta as shit, by the way.
Yeah, this is like.
We're talking about
Shit.
how people
Speaking
act
of
on.
the metaverse.
Oh my
No,
god, I do
no,
not want to talk about the metaverse.
We don't want to talk about the
I
metaverse.
was gonna say,
okay.
I think Facebook would demonetize us.
Well, we're on YouTube.
We're on
I
So,
know, but
I'm-
somehow they'd still figure out a way to do it. That's just.
I don't know.
That's
If,
just the kind of power.
I have Facebook trade secrets.
So do I.
Yeah.
Speaking of the power that Facebook holds, do we want to tell them about like the Quest?
Do you want to tell them about the Quest? That would be funny.
I mean, I think it was funny.
I think it's
don't
funny
care
too.
about my connection with that company. Like, fuck you, Facebook. Like, honestly.
That's Eric's opinion.
Yeah.
Not ours.
Yeah. Either way.
For the record.
It's Eric's issue, not ours.
Yeah, it's Eric.
So I'm not gonna say where I got it because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But I had a Quest 2 for the longest time. I had it as like a technical review unit. It was a review done for a company that I'm also not gonna name. Yeah, that's you. So I had this headset as a review unit. And when I moved in, because it's my secondary headset, like I have an Index. When I moved in, nice. When I moved in, I was letting our other roommate use it. And one of the things I had said, because of the way that I had the software on it set up, was just, hey, you know, what do you?
My chair was stuck on the dishwasher.
Oh my god, you guys are just impressive sometimes, you know.
Thank you.
Yep.
But yeah, so I had it for a while. So I was letting our other roommate use it, and because of the way that I had some of the software on it set up, nice. Because of the way that I had some of the software on it set up, it was configured in such a way that if another account got added, because this is something that the Quests do, if you add another account with a certain type of other account, like for reviewers or developers or people who make apps for the Quest, if you add just a normal Facebook account, like as a secondary login option, apparently Facebook detects that on the new update, meaning that my Oculus account, like my Oculus dev account, my Facebook account, and everything that I had purchased on the Oculus store, which was like, $100 or so worth
Eric
of
lost
games.
$3 and now he's raging at Facebook.
It wasn't $3.
It was $3.50. I'm sorry, Eric.
It was $100.
Semantics, people.
3.5
Semantics.
Canadian.
It was $100 in software, which, I mean, to be fair, I do own, like, on Steam anyway, so, like, fuck you, Facebook. Effectively, when you add another account, it deletes everything. So my account's gone. My login info's gone. My Facebook account, the one that was logged into that headset, was deleted. And, yeah.
Shout out to Facebook.
Shout out to Facebook for the most dog shit customer support I've ever seen.
Where another like it's like here's the thing, right? I could totally see a legitimate case. I mean, this was a legitimate case where just someone else in the house wanted to use the Quest 2
headset.
and so like they
innocent thing of logging into their own Facebook account,
and then it just nuked
the entire headset because it auto updated when the new account was connected.
Wouldn't that destroy like the resale value of a Quest 2?
No, because the Quest 2 is still usable. Now it's just an ordinary Quest 2.
It's just an ordinary Quest 2. There's no fancy software on it. Like you can just wipe it like from the little.
Yeah, like it's still usable to be clear. It's just the thing that sucks is that. Like, and quite frankly, I don't even think you care that much about the actual like dev side of it. It's literally just you're sad that you lost your purchases.
Yeah, like that was $100, and I'm never gonna see that $100 again.
I mean, you just sold the Quest 2 though, right?
I did. Like, I did make that money back. Like, to be fair.
Yeah, the point is though is I've heard so many horror stories from
Quest 2
Oculus themselves, which is now part of Meta, like Meta VR.
Oculus doesn't exist.
I know they don't exist. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that it's just Facebook's like VR department. But the point is that like the hardware devs are fantastic.
Yes.
But it's not their fault that Facebook is trying to effectively fuck the headset. Like from a software perspective with all this bullshit.
I actually owned the Oculus Rift CV1. I owned the very first VR headset, and at the time, 2016, it was amazing. Like it was something else. And Oculus was an innovator, but now it's part of Facebook. So.
And then Facebook bought them, and now they don't innovate anymore. They just do whatever the Facebook devs do.
I mean, I will say I think the Quest 2 from a hardware standpoint is still like undeniable. It's a killer mobile headset that is cheap.
The Quest 2 is an impressive piece, like an impressive feat of technology from Meta. But once you add in the fact that it is an always-on device that requires a Facebook account to be even turned on and used, it immediately throws the purchase, like, as an ideal headset out the window for me. It's one of the reasons why I spent like 10 times more money to have an Index rather than buying just a Quest 2 and my other headset like
that's why I'm kind of hoping that the leaks about the Valve headset end up being
I don't think we can talk about that.
Well, no. I'm just talking about public information.
Yeah.
Like because there's a lot of information. I'm just saying strictly like the leaks that have come out are quite promising, and that's what I'm saying, right? It's like I know what I can and can't talk about with that. That's why I'm just saying, like, from what I know, like from public information, it seems like it's gonna be fucking wicked, and I am really hoping that, like, I'm hoping that Valve takes at least a similar approach to what Facebook has, which is look at the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck itself is that approach. Sell a piece of hardware for stupidly cheap.
But make it widely available.
Yes.
And give people options.
And have Gaben hand it out in Seattle.
Yeah. Have Gaben walk around to people's houses.
Valve Index 2.0 hand delivered by Gabe Newcoming? Jewel?
Gabe
Nabe Jewel?
Unhinged.
Gab Nabe.
Gabe Newcomb.
Nibbles. Nibbles. Grandma. Anyway, I think that is going to probably be the conclusion of the first podcast. I am, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out overall. Actually, like all things considered, it was janky.
Given the jank.
Oh yeah, I had to fix the camera halfway.
Guys, this took us 2 hours to set up, and even then, like it's not quite where we want it to be.
We're still having issues.
Episode 2, we are going to have the camera hooked into this computer directly. We're going to have a much better mic setup so that we're not like using precarious stands around. And we're not going to have 2 computers hooked up unnecessarily. And also I'm going to plug in my MacBook because this whole time it has been running on battery. So it's been video encoding this whole time on battery, and it's at 9%. It was at 100 when we started.
So this thing might just die.
To be fair, all credit to it. An hour of basically constant video encoding in H.265. Because remember, it's doing 2 streams of video. 3 streams.
3 streams of video encoding.
Do we want to end the YouTube recording and then do a little Q&A?
I don't think we have the battery power to.
No, we do. I think we can do a little mini Q&A from the audience.
Yeah.
What I'll say though before we do that though is for those of you that are interested, the podcast will be available on Spotify. Those of you that are already listening on Spotify, well, hello there. How you doing?
Hi.
Make sure that you check out other co-media content. Most of it is on Ivycomb. That's my channel. Like YouTube.com/Ivycomb, Twitch.tv/Ivycomb, and Discord.gg/Ivy. We post very freaking content and daily shorts. The community is fantastic.
Live streams. quite frequently.
Basically every day.
Yeah.
Just every 4th day I take off so I don't die. Because that
And
would be
then-
unfortunate.
And
That's
then
my
I guess
recommendation.
also if you're interested, go check out anything with the name Honeycomb.
HNYCMB. YouTube.com
caps.
/HNYCMB. It is our PC building side of things. We have a Switch Lite video that's going to be going up within the next 2 days.
We just talked to our video editor about it. Small
It's
changes
done.
being
The
made.
video edit is done. It just needs to be
Yeah.
re-rendered.
Yep.
So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, I guess from there, guys, does anyone have any questions?
Any
Yeah.
questions? Any questions in the chat?
questions
We're
in
looking
the
at chat.
chat?
Yeah, so now we're off
They're
podcast
trying
mode.
to.
Yes, thank you,
Camel in
Russian
here
Camel,
trying
for-
to-
I had her the Ivy Cove community.
No, why?
Ping bad. I saw something earlier. Oh yeah, someone said Pseudo said something about skishu. That's my word. I made that. up.
Yeah, Matt.
Matt
Oh,
created
actually, you know
that
what?
word.
I'm just curious. So first off, like for those of you that either have listened to Box before or haven't, like, what are you guys thinking of this? Like, genuinely, this is any of us first time being on a podcast. I'm pretty sure, let alone like hosting one ourselves.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Have you been on before?
No. No, like this is my like you said. You're pretty sure.
It's just like the way you're saying it, like sounds like you're being sarcastic. Oh, I know. No, Jesse, I've never been on a podcast before.
No, I haven't.
I don't know why, but
Right?
apparently
Is it just me? Or
no. When
Yeah,
you
anyway,
pointed it
no,
out,
no.
it just
That-
sounds kind of funny.
That being said, yeah,
Sounds
this is.
like implied sarcasm through your voice, and I don't know why.
Thank you.
I think he's just getting excited. And
He
he's,
is, yeah.
that being said, no, I really enjoyed
That was
this.
a
And
yeah, I think that was a success.
I can't help but notice that you guys have not eaten.
when will we get more knives for the NC knife? I'm gonna have some more after the podcast.
When are we gonna get empty knives?
See, my whole thing was I didn't want to like bad ASMR into the mic the whole time. Be like,
They're bang. Oh Jesus.
What do you? I just sat back and ate pizza. Do you want some pizza, Eric? Did you just take?
He took a whole piece. And
Jesse just
shoved-
ate half the pizza in one bite. You okay? You good?
I don't think so. I just
Is that too
look
much?
at the face.
Too much? Too much? All right. Slowly. You got this. You got this.
Let's go.
Here, Eric, take another slice.
Oh my God.
There, oh, I moved my mic.
Oh
Take another slice.
Jesus
there.
Christ, Jess.
We're going right over Jess.
We're going right over. Watch him like bang his head off of it.
Oh, it'd be fine. I'd laugh. What? Isn't our like number one rule is be honest about shit? I don't know what our number one. Do we have rules?
I did it.
You did it.
I did it.
ate-
Let's go.
Do it again.
No, don't do it again.
Oh, I need some water.
Wait,
Oh wait,
I have a question. Do you have plans on making a podcast special? Like, it would be a good twist and just overall great ideas for viewers to look forward to an episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like we're gonna have guests. You guys know aka Telephone, the Dutch Angel Dragon. She
Telephone's coming on.
She agreed to come on to a pod. Like, I asked her if at some point she'd be interested. She said yeah. Like, this was a while ago, to be fair, but like this podcast has been in like the plans for a
Yeah,
while.
I'm more.
But yeah, Telephone agreed to come on. Obviously, like, I still need to work out the logistics with her.
No.
Now,
Way.
my biggest
Yeah.
concern.
Wait. The same telephone that I'm thinking of.
Yes.
The,
The
one with
brown, the brown,
the cute
Dutchy-
squeaky one.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's cool.
Yeah, no, her and
So-
I have been friends. We chat occasionally on Telegram. She's
Jesse.
really nice.
Jesse, I have a concern.
I didn't even.
This is already crowded with 3 people.
It might be remote. We'll see how it happens. But the thing is, I do have a suggestion for like future podcasts. I'm thinking that we actually rotate it sideways.
I was thinking that like when we started, I was like, man, this would have been have the camera in the room.
Zillian Ross also agreed to come on. There's a few other people I've asked. Oh, I know Jack would be totally
Jack,
down.
100%.
Like, that's easy.
Snuffles?
Snubble said maybe.
Okay.
I know that he is apprehensive about showing his face.
Well,
So-
I mean, it can be like. in the-
I told him we could either have him off screen or we could give him a fursuit head. It was neat. I enjoyed the content, though I do wish it had a little more context and some of the more technical stuff I didn't understand, as well as more hardware stuff. Well, that I will take to heart. I think that we can definitely like deliver more
That's a
on
good,
that.
Good point. I saw Jack put something in chat.
Wait, did he?
Yeah.
More cameras, more mics, more fuzzballs. Hey, Jack, we don't have like $1 billion production.
Yeah,
okay?
this is my personal mic. I'm taking this home with me.
Also, what is it? That being said, we do have another camera, so I think we could probably figure out something with that. If I get my Stream Deck, you know what I'll do? I'll have the Stream Deck next time, like pre-set up, and then I can just swap between views that way.
That'd be a good idea.
So yes, we can do that for sure. Obviously, Jack, like, you know, we would love to have you. Oh yeah, we could do VTuber interviews too.
I didn't even think of that.
But yeah, Jack, I definitely want you on the podcast. I'm sure you'd be down. I don't want to put words into your mouth, obviously, but I think
You're down. You don't have a choice. Oh, look, a DM.
But yeah, we got that. The camera's lagging because my battery's low. That's another thing. Next time we are gonna actually plug in the MacBook. Don't worry.
Yes.
Because that is the main reason that we're seeing lag. So I apologize. So again, this is our first time ever doing a podcast. I've done plenty of video production, like in my years. I mean, that's how I got the lighting all set up. Like,
Yeah,
you know, I know video production, but live production, I am admittedly new to. Despite being a live streamer, this is very different. This is like totally different horse.
Yeah, this is.
Well, because this is cameras, this is mics, this is lighting, this is making sure that nothing is going wrong.
And Kaz,
while you're
yeah,
live.
And Kaz, yeah. Next time I'll make sure that we actually have a thing for you, like, or rather not for you, like for everyone. We'll try to give more context to technical stuff because we are all huge nerds. So, like, definitely we can do that.
What talking about was just second nature to us. So, like,
Yeah, we talk a lot, you know, obviously off camera, so we have context.
What is this, episode 1? I mean, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, guys? Like I think you can cut us like a little bit of break and understand that like this is our first time doing something like this. Like, because here's the thing. I'll say this for anybody that wants to set up a podcast and do like the full video thing and everything. Doing it is a lot harder than all three of us thought it would be.
It is way harder. The audio was the easiest part.
The audio was the easy part, but that's because like all of us are. Well, him and I are huge nerds. Eric is a sprouting audiophile.
I'm learning. I'm a baby.
That being said, guys, before my battery dies, I am going to end the stream here. Thank you all so much for coming out to the first episode of the Apiary. We will be live again in just a couple of weeks, hopefully, as long as everything goes well.
Yes, next live streams will be on the Ivycomb channel, not Jesse B.
Most likely.
Yeah. We'll think about it. Some more complications that were not expected there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. Stay safe, wear a mask, and we'll catch you all in episode 2 of the Apiary. Thank you guys so much for coming out.